Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Greens on My Plate cooking recipes. In this video, you're going to see how to make a veg pizza without oven. To make a veg pizza at home, all we need is a fermented soft dough. Using this fermented dough, let's see how to make a perfect pizza base at home. To make this perfect pizza base at home, we need to make a proper crust using this pizza dough. Once this thick crust is ready, then it's time to add a pizza sauce. Pizza sauce can be made at home using some basic ingredients. In this video, you're gonna see how to make a perfect pizza base at home and how to make this fresh, tasty pizza sauce. For the pizza toppings, here I'm adding the grated cheese, some sliced and cut veggies. Do check this video till the end, and if you have not subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for Greens on My Plate cooking recipes and follow the page on Instagram and Facebook as well. Homemade thick crust pizza is ready without ovens. So let's get started. In the beginning, let's see how to make a pizza base at home. Let's have a look at the ingredients. Here I have taken 1 cup of self-raising flour, 1 teaspoon of salt for taste, 1.5 tablespoon of dry yeast, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 180 ml of water. Now take 180 ml of warm water, add 1 teaspoon of sugar and mix well. Here I am adding 1 teaspoon of sugar to warm water. Mix well. Make sure the water is warm but not too hot. Once the sugar is dissolved completely, add 1.5 tablespoons of dry active yeast and mix well. Keep it aside for 5 to 10 minutes. Take a mixing bowl, add 1 cup of self-raising wheat flour. Make sure this flour is sieved before adding to the mixing bowl. Now add 1 teaspoon of salt and add the dry activated yeast. Here you can see the yeast is activated. Add the water in batches and keep mixing. Once all the water is added to the dough, now add 2 tablespoons of olive oil and knead again to make a soft and smooth dough. Once the soft dough is ready, cover the dough airtight and keep it aside for 60 minutes in a warm place. Covering the dough airtight is very important for the proper fermentation. Here I am covering the dough using a cling wrap and placing it in a warm place. Now let's see how to make a pizza sauce at home. To make a pizza sauce at home, here I am using 2 tomatoes, 10 cherry tomatoes, 3 big sliced garlic pods, 1 dry red chili soaked in water, and the spices are 1 teaspoon black peppers, 1 teaspoon mixed herbs and 1 teaspoon of red chili powder. Heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil in a pan. Half cup finely chopped onions I'll be using for pizza sauce. Make sure these onions are finely chopped so it helps to cook faster. Now add olive oil, onions, sliced garlic, now some spices and some cherry tomatoes. Dry red chili soaked in water, 1 teaspoon of salt for taste, slit tomatoes. Once these tomatoes are cooked well, it is easy to peel out the skin. Close it and allow it to cook. After 5 to 8 minutes, here you can see the skin of the tomatoes comes out easily and the tomatoes are much soft in texture, so it is cooked perfectly. Allow it to cool, then grind it into a fine paste. Before grinding, you have to remove the skin of these cooked tomatoes and keep it aside. This gives a very smooth texture for this pizza sauce. Thick and tasty homemade fresh pizza sauce is ready. Now let's see how to bake a stove-top pizza. Here are the toppings I'll be adding: sliced bell peppers, sliced onion and mushrooms, sliced red bell peppers and cherry tomatoes, pizza sauce, few cut and sliced fresh olives, grated and processed cheese. Make sure the veggies are thinly sliced. To bake a pizza on top of a stove, all we need is a steel or aluminium plate, and we are going to place a baking paper on top of the plate and grease it using some melted butter or oil. Here is a fermented pizza dough. It's fermented for 60 minutes in a warm place. Knead the pizza dough again to make a soft ball. Sprinkle the flour. Make sure you knead the pizza dough in a dry place so it doesn't affect the texture of the dough. Smooth texture non-sticky dough is ready. Now using a dough scraper, divide it into half. I'll be using one portion of this pizza dough to make one pizza. Now knead it again to make a circular pizza crust. You can even use a roller pin as shown. Roll the pizza dough to half-inch thickness and fold the edges to make a thick crust. Here you can see uniform texture, fine pizza crust is ready. Uniform the texture using the fingertips as shown. After making the crust, there will be some uneven surface. You can level the surface and make sure the crust is perfect. Forming the crust is very important no matter it is thin or thick. Once this cheese and the sauce is baked, it doesn't overflow from the pizza. Now transfer the pizza base to the greased plate as shown and place it in the center of the plate. Once this base is ready, now using a fork, mark it as shown, so this helps to bake properly on top of the stove. Doesn't this look like a store-bought pizza base? Now homemade pizza base is ready. It's time to add some sauce. Now add 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh homemade pizza sauce. Once this pizza sauce is added and spread uniformly, then it's time to add some grated cheese. After adding the pizza sauce, it's very important to add the grated cheese before adding veggies. This helps to bind it perfectly and gives a perfect cheesy texture for the pizza. Now add some sliced onions, bell peppers, cherry tomatoes, olives, mushrooms. The sliced veggies that I'm going to be adding for this pizza sauce are not pre-cooked. For these veggies to cook perfectly on top of the stove, we need to slice it very thin. Pizza topping vegetables are not completely cooked. They are crunchy in texture and they are half cooked. Some of the veggies that can be added on top of the pizza are the sliced mushrooms and the bell peppers. For the bell peppers, I have used the red, yellow and green bell peppers. The red bell pepper are more sweeter in taste compared to the yellow and the green bell peppers. The cherry tomatoes gives a sweet and tangy taste. And now add the grated cheese. Here I have used cheddar and mozzarella grated cheese. You can use cheese according to your choice, but make sure they are processed cheese. After adding these grated cheese, you can add it some olives and cherry tomatoes. I have used some cut fresh olive. Take a thick bottom vessel, add half cup of salt as shown and place a stand. Preheat for 15 minutes in a high heat and now place this pizza plate on top of the stand. Close it airtight and allow it to cook for 15 minutes in a high heat. After 15 minutes of baking, here you can see a homemade thick crust pizza is ready. Now gently remove this hot pizza plate and keep it aside. Since this wall of the vessel and the pizza plate are too hot, gently remove it and place it on a plate. Now using this baking paper, slide the pizza gently on a plate, and here it's easy to slide using this baking paper as shown. Perfectly cooked thick crust soft veg pizza is ready. Here you can see the bases come out so perfectly. Allow the pizza to cool for 1 to 2 minutes so the cheese gets set very well. Once this pizza is ready, now you can sprinkle some mixed herbs or some red chili flakes. Cut it using a pizza cutter or some sharp knife as shown. To make this perfect pizza base, all we need to do is ferment the dough for 60 minutes in a warm place. Then knead and roll the pizza base perfectly to half-inch thickness. Bake the pizza along with the toppings and the pizza sauce as shown for 15 minutes in a preheated oven setup on top of the stove. Now transfer the pizza onto a plate and allow it to cool for 1 to 2 minutes. Cut it into slices and enjoy along with your friends and family. Thanks for watching.